What is up, you guys? It is YGO here, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys my new Altergeist deck profile post the Dueling Nexus set. So yeah guys, the Duelist Nexus set for the OCG just came out, and with it came a bunch of new support that I thought I would never be getting for this deck, and that is for Altergeist and for my other favorite deck, Unchained, which I will hopefully be doing a deck profile on that as well soon, so be sure you're subscribed to the channel to see that. But this deck just got brand new support that I am going to be testing out for this deck, so I just thought I would like to do a deck profile on it, give you guys a good idea of what my list is looking like and how I'm thinking it should be playing out moving forward, since this deck now has two card combos that can really utilize the deck in a much different way and make it somewhat mid-range in my opinion. But yeah, this set is definitely going to be looking to boost the power level of Altergeist, and hopefully it should maybe make it a somewhat competitive road deck in the metagame, but we'll have to see. So I'm just going to be giving you guys my thought process behind the deck, giving you an idea how it plays, and essentially just giving you guys an overall feel for what how the new support should be helping out the deck in a more in-depth look. But I will be doing a test hand and combo tutorial as well in another video, so make sure you're following the channel to see that. But with that being said, before we get into the deck profile, do keep in mind this list is temporary. It's not super final yet. It will be developing as the metagame progresses, and as this deck shows its potential in the metagame. So this list is very much subject to change at any point. But if it ever does, you know, and I do feel like updating it for you guys, I will definitely be showing it to you. But before we get into the deck profile, do not forget to, you know, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload videos. And leave a comment below what you guys think of the deck and what your list is looking like. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well if you enjoy the content. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the deck profile. So first off, we're playing 3 Altergeist Marionetter. Obviously, this is the big normal summon of the deck. You normal summon it, you set any Altergeist trap directly from the deck to your small trap zone, and its second effect where you can switch this card and another Altergeist card, or I mean an Altergeist monster in your grave, to send this to grave and then special summon the one that's in your graveyard back to the field. Can come up especially when you're in late game, but obviously the first effect is what you're mostly using this deck for. And for the best card in the deck, Altergeist, I'm playing 3 Altergeist Multi-Faker. Obviously when you activate a trap, you can special summon it from your hand, and anytime it's special summon, you can special summon any Altergeist monster from your deck in defense. And obviously it does lock you into Altergeist monsters, so do keep that in mind. But other than that, it's obviously your main star of the deck. It's what keeps your deck going, and obviously helps you generate advantage as you progress through your opponent's turn. And I am playing 2 Altergeist Secretos. This is typically what you summon off a Multi-Faker, and it has a quick effect on the field that you can return 1 other Altergeist card you control to the hand and target a card your opponent controls and bounce that back to the hand. And then when this is sent to the grave, you can retrieve any Altergeist trap from your grave back to your hand. So it's obviously really good for recursion, but mostly for the most part you're just using it for its bouncing effect every turn, which can get pretty annoying for your opponent if you time it at the right moments. And for the next card, I'm playing 3 Altergeist Fookery. Typically before, you only play 1 of this card because it was searchable, but with some of the earlier combos that we're seeing now for the deck, this card along with Meloseek is a 2 card combo that can turn 1 get you a really insane board. So playing 3 of this now seems like it may be standard, but for now this is what people are playing, and Obviously, it lets you link summon an Altergeist monster by using this from your hand, and when you link summon an Altergeist monster with this while it's in your grave, you can add this back to your hand, but that effect is once per duel. But other than that, that's what it's mostly used for. So you use this normally to go into Altergeist Meloseek, which, as you already know, on the field can attack directly, and when it inflicts battle damage, it lets you target a card your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard. And then when this card is sent from the field to grave, you get to add any Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. And now with the turn 1 combos that you can do with this deck, using this card with Pukari, you get to add Altergeist Malwis off of Meloseek from your deck to your hand. And then Malwis here says that when this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you get to special summon it from your hand, obviously. And then when it's normal special summon, it lets you Monster Reborn any Altergeist monster in defense, and it cannot activate its effect this turn. But other than that, this card is essentially your turn 1 starter, which essentially goes, you go into Altergeist Meloseek to go into Altergeist Pukari, using Altergeist Pukari in hand to summon Hexia, and then you trigger Meloseek and Pukari in the grave. You add Pukari back to hand, then and search off Malwis with Meloseek, and then on separate chain you get to summon Malwis to go into Meloseek again and summon it from grave, and then you get to go into Prime Banshee later on in the combo, and then you get to tribute one of your Altergeist monsters to summon Multifaker from deck, then hopefully get a monster off of it like Soquitos, and then lets you go into your link for disruption during your opponent's turn. And that's essentially the turn 1 combo that you're normally doing with this deck now. But besides that, there are plenty of other combos that you can probably do with those cards, but right now that's based on what players are coming up with online. That's essentially your basic turn 1 combo. So yeah. And then obviously we're playing the one Altergeist Concurry. Obviously it's your it's a really annoying card for your opponent to deal with. When they declare an attack, you special summon it from your hand, negate the attack, and then when it's special summon, you get to target any face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effect while this card and that monster is on the field. And well, while that card and this monster is on the field, I mean. But yeah, so other than that, you don't really need multiple copies of this. This has been pretty standard for a very long time. And for the hand traps, I'm playing 3 Ash Blossom. I am playing Maxi because I'm playing in the OCG, but this can literally be any other hand trap that you so please. And I'm playing 2 Nibiru, obviously, because at my locals, Nibiru is a really effective hand trap that really wipes out a lot of my locals decks. So other than that, that's really what this is here for. And I'm obviously playing 3 Imperm, which in this deck specifically is really good because it lets you trigger Multifaker during your opponent's turn, which is obviously really strong. And that is it for the monsters and the hand traps. For the only spells in the deck, I'm playing 2 Extrav and then 2 Prosperity. Obviously, you don't really care as much for your extra deck, but you somewhat care now with its turn 1 combo. So going into Extra into Prosperity doesn't really seems like an okay. It's fine. So it's not the worst combo in the world, but you know, you don't really need that many spells in your deck, considering what you can do now turn 1. And then for the traps, I'm obviously playing 2 Altergeist Water Call. It's one of your best traps in deck. It's your monster negate. It prevents your stuff from being negated, and it's obviously really easy to recur back from the grave with cards like Secretos and other things. But yeah, you only need 2. You don't need 3 because it's obviously really searchable and you don't want to see it turn 1. And obviously we're playing 3 personal spoofing. It's your second best trap in the deck. It lets you shuffle any Altergeist card from your hand or your field to the back into the deck to add any Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. So it's really good for that. And obviously you play 3 because it's not searchable. So yep. And I'm playing 1 manifestation. It's your monster reborn for your Altergeist as well. Besides Marionetter, and it has a decent. It does have a decent graveyard effect as well, where you can banish it from the grave to target any Altergeist trap to add it back to your hand. That doesn't come up for me as much, but you know, it is something worth pointing out. And I'm playing 1 Altergeist Haunted Block because it's also really good, a really good combo turn 1 for you to use. And typically before you weren't really using this, but you know, given the combos that you can do now with this, it's really good, and it has the potential to probably be a staple for the deck, but you know, we have yet to see. So I'm just keeping this here for now, just for testing and seeing how it plays out, but I might cut this at any point in the future if it doesn't do well. And for the last card of the deck, we're playing 1 Altergeist Revitalization, and this is one of the newer traps that came out for the deck, and it lets you target any Altergeist Link monster in your grave to special summon it, and then you can banish this from your grave to get an extra normal summon for any Altergeist monster, which is really good because it helps keep your advantage up to speed in the grind game, and it helps you ensure that you can maintain your resources when you go into late game. So it's really good for that. But I'm just using it here specifically just for its monster reborn effect, so I can bring back something like Hexia from the grave whenever I need to. And that is it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I'm playing 3 Hexia. It is your Spell and Trap Negate for the deck, and it gains a bunch of attack when it points to an Altergeist monster. And do keep in mind, it's a Spell and Trap Negate. It's a soft once per turn, so if you can get 2 copies of this face on the field, and then summon and make sure that they're both pointing at something to negate a Spell and Trap effect, then you essentially get 2 Spell and Trap Negates off of this one monster. And its graveyard effect when it's sent to grave from the field to add any Altergeist card from your deck to your hand is obviously really strong, but for me it doesn't really come up as much as I'd like. And then I am playing 2 Prime Banshee. This is obviously also your other turn 1 starter for the deck, where during the main phase, as a quick effect, you contribute a Altergeist monster to special summon any Altergeist from your deck to a zone this card points to, and then when this card is sent from the field to the grave, it lets you target any Altergeist card in your grave to add it back to your hand. So turn 1, like I said, you can tribute any Altergeist monster this points to, and summon something like Multifaker from the deck to later on then summon Sequitos to your field. So besides that, that's really what this is really here for. So yeah. And then for the other new card for that deck, I'm playing 2 Altergeist and Minia. So in case you don't know what it does, it requires 2 and more Altergeist monsters, and on summon it lets you set any Altergeist trap directly from your deck, and then once while it's face up on the field during the main phase, which is very similar to Barone, as a quick effect, you can send 1 card you control to the grave to target an effect monster your opponent controls to take control of it, and if you do, it's also treated as an Altergeist monsters, which can be really strong for triggering stuff like Hexia. It can also help you link off your opponent's threats if you don't have any central odds for it, and the fact that its change of art effect is permanent makes this card a really strong card to deal with turn 1, and can make this a really big essential threat that can mess with your opponent's initial place, and it has really high attack with being 3000. So yeah, it's got that going for it. And then obviously we're playing 2 Altergeist Memory again. This is just here for Altergeist. During the battle phase, as a quick effect, you contribute 1 other monster. This card gains attack to the attributed monster's attack on the field. And then when this card destroys a monster by battle, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, which does a target. And if you do, this card can make a second attack in a row. And if this card would be destroyed, you can banish one monster from your grave instead, which is really strong because it doesn't need any Altergeist monster to banish. It just says you can banish one monster from the grave, which is obviously really strong. So yeah, it's just here for Altergeist and can gain a bunch of attack when you're going second, so it's really good for that. And considering now how much easier it is to get to this card turn 1, or in that case like turn 2, the way it's easy now to swarm the field with monsters, this card is a lot easier now to make than it was before. And for the remaining links, I'm playing 2 Artemis because, you know, it's here to send Meloseek to the grave when you really need it, 2 Linkariba for the same reason, 1 Relinquish Anima for more tools going second, and essentially for the same reasons that you're playing all your other combos, and the 1 access code talker that may or may not come up, but in most cases it probably doesn't come up, but you know, it's there just for utility. And with that, guys, that is gonna be my Altergeist deck profile post Dueling Nexus, Duelist Nexus. So yeah, this deck is really fun. It's been one of my favorite control decks to play for a very long time, and I'm really happy it got new support, and I can't wait to show you guys some of the combos that this deck is going to be able to do, which I'll be doing in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed it, again, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you guys think of the deck and what are your thoughts on the new support that came out for this. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out anytime I upload videos. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Dialing YGO signing off.